In this video today, I'm going to break down exactly how to build a six-figure cult-like personal brand and social media in 2026. This video is going to cover everything you need to know on how to avoid getting replaced with your coaching business by AI, what kind of content to be posting, how to stand out online from so many different coaches, so many different creators, and how you can win with building, growing, and scaling your coaching business as well. Let's not waste any time. Let's dive straight into it. So, there's really five big phases, five big pillars we need to look at from a content perspective that's going to allow us to really stand out on social media, stand out online, and really grow, scale, and build our coaching business. The very first phase of all of this stuff is going to be, if I can figure out how to use this, we can. The very first phase we're going to use in terms of how to do this is figure out who are we. And it sounds really deep, really philosophical, and it also sounds really simple, but it's much more than that. Who are you means, what is your story? Who are you as a person? What do you get up to? If someone on social media, if someone that followed you, that never met you, would they know who you really are deep down? You know, if they're not deep down, but if they met you for a coffee and they went out for 2 hours for a coffee with you to just speak about you, life, hobbies, about them, would they get that same impression from your social media? If the answer is no, then this is something that you need to work on, because you really need to be able to give your story on social media. You really need to give people behind the scenes of who you are. If you haven't got this already, use one of your pinned posts on Instagram to be about you. What's your story from, when you were a baby, or when you're 5 or 6, or any defining moments you had from your childhood to where you are now? What does your story look like, right? On Instagram, my story is something I basically built my entire business around. When I started going really heavy on Instagram and social media, many people will know my story on it, or that follow me on Instagram. They know that I had a traumatic, abusive childhood, that I was an immigrant that moved to England when I was 7 with my parents. I used to watch them work 2, 3, sometimes 4 jobs to make ends meet. That I really respect, really value my grandma. She passed away when I was quite young, and that gave me so much hunger, so much fuel, so much anger at the world, and so much so many people I wanted to prove wrong. And that's what ultimately allowed me to build my first business, make a ton of money when I was super young relative to me. That was kind of my first. That's kind of my story. That's kind of my journey. I share that a lot. I talk about that, right? It's kind of ingrained within everything. That's just my story. It's very irreplaceable, right? Many people can talk about sales. Many people can talk about social media, can talk about AI, but not many people can talk about like building all of this in the chaos and kind of have my story. No one can have my story, right? So it's super important that you just give your story to people. Have it on there. Have your main story somewhere. Map out what were the key defining moments in your life. What are you open to talking about as well? Push yourself just a little bit with it. It'll be very, very helpful to building know, like, and trust. If you think about your favorite influencers, your favorite content creators on the whole of social media, on the whole of, like, not even social media, just on TV, on football, on the news, whatever it might be, you probably know their stories as well. Probably makes sense to give people. It probably makes sense to give people your story as well, right? I know I know Cristiano Ronaldo's story because I love football, right? I know his story. I know his dad passed away quite young, was an alcoholic, and he had this fuel towards just wanting to to prove him right, because his dad told him he was going to be really good one day, and he never got to see that. I remember that. I remember that way more than I remember his career statistics and how many goals he scored, or how many assists he has. because stories actually are real, are human, are personable. If you give people your story, they'll remember you way longer than any tips or any value you give them on social media. That's the very first thing we want to look at when it comes to building our personal brands and our content and our strategy going forward into 2026. So just to summarize on here, one, it's your story. Now, here is number two. Number two is your mission. This is a really exciting one for me, right? And it's one that a lot of people get scared of as well, in my opinion. Mission is a big word, but all it means is, why do you do what you do? Why are you passionate about coaching? Why are you passionate about the business you have right now? And what are you helping people? Like, why are you passionate about helping people with what you're helping them with? This is your mission in a summary. If we think about, again, big creators, if you think about any brand, doesn't even have to have a face to it. They will have a mission. If I, off the top of my head, Alex Hormozi's one is making business education available to everyone. Very memorable. Or very memorable. So your mission should be memorable. You should be able to remember it. Our mission, my personal mission as well, and our mission as a company, and my personal mission is helping great service-based businesses get more leads and sales with social media, using social media and AI. Super simple, right? Your mission should be something that a 7-year-old can understand. In hindsight, maybe a 7-year-old might not know what leads are, but for hours. But you should at least your audience should be very clearly able to understand it. If you're sitting at a dinner table with your parents, you tell them your mission, they should be able to understand it. What are you helping people do? What are you trying to change in the world? It can be small. It can be help if you're a weight loss guy or a fitness guy. It could be helping women transform their relationship with their body. It could be helping women lose weight and keep it off for life. Lose weight and know how to keep it off for life. Right? Different variations, but that's effectively that. What's your mission? Let's put all of these in here as well so you have them. 2, your mission. I have a great mission statement, mission statement document that you can use to work it out. It's like 7 questions. If you do want that, you just comment, if you just DM me on Instagram, just saying mission, I can send it to you. The third one is your beliefs. What are your beliefs about the industry you're in? What are your beliefs about success, about kind of making it in the world? What do you believe in? What are your beliefs about life? Right? What are all of these things? What do you believe in? You don't need to go super heavy in it. You don't need to talk about religion. You don't need to talk about politics. But what do you believe in outside of that? Right? So many people are afraid to share their beliefs. They're afraid to share who they want to work with. They're afraid to share what they actually even believe in themselves. Like, what do they believe in? And many people don't have these beliefs like even mapped out super clearly. It doesn't have to be a scary thing. Beliefs is just stuff that get you fired up, stuff that you think about, stuff that you're certain about, right? Beliefs are harder to kind of really clear and have contextualized if you're not thinking about them. If you're just going about your day and someone says, what are your beliefs? It'll probably take you 5 minutes to actually kind of figure it out because they're so ingrained deep down. It's not something you think about too often. But I'll give you a couple of mine, right? A few beliefs that I have is that I deeply believe that I like the man in my dynamic, the man should be responsible for the family, right? I should be responsible. I should be able to take as much stress and as much responsibility and as pressure as possible. So I should be as strong as possible to be able to look after people. My partner, my mum, my dad, my grandma, my granddad, all the people I love. Many people may not agree with that belief. They may think it needs to be 50-50, or I'm putting too much stress or pressure on myself and it's not healthy. But that's just a belief I've carried since I was young, and I'll probably carry it forever because I deeply, deeply believe that's how it should be, right? That's one belief I have. It's fully ingrained. Another belief I have, if we're going to keep it strictly towards business, is outworking people. I believe so hard in terms of working hard, in terms of doing more than everyone else, in terms of being competitive. Many people will not agree with that. There'll be many people on the complete opposite spectrum of this, in terms of saying that you need to be more slower, you need to have more downtime, probably shouldn't be filming so many videos. But my belief is in hard work and outdoing people and doing more volume. Doing more videos, more content, doing more of everything in order to win and kind of get to the highest level that I want to achieve. The last one, I'm just going to kind of give you a couple just so you have, right? These are more beliefs and maybe even North Stars that I have for myself. The last one I have is a belief of legacy over anything else, right? Legacy over money, legacy over quick cash, legacy over all of these things. I want to build something that genuinely helps as many people as possible. I want to have something here that's fantastic now in the present, but it's also so good it's remembered for tens of years, 10 years, 10, 20, 30, 100 years since after I'm gone, right? That's a belief I have around legacy. These are the North Stars I have in my business, and how I do my coaching and everything I do. If I have these beliefs and I'm very vocal about it, I'm very clear and open about it, it's going to attract more of the right people. It's going to attract clients that have similar beliefs. It's going to attract people that work hard. It's going to attract people that want to achieve something big as well. And we're going to gel and we're going to bond. We're going to get better results. And there's proof record of that because I've had hundreds of clients come through and hundreds of clients hit their first 5K month and go fully online and transition and build their dream businesses. So that's just a few I have off the top of my head. So beliefs is super important. You don't have to talk about them all the time in your content, but if you just ingrain it in terms of how you do things, why you do things the way you do, it'll be really powerful. If you show up with that energy in your content, in your conversations, it'll be way easier to do everything else as well. The next one we have is transformation. What transformation are you taking people on? Not many people have that clear enough, you know. So many people are like, I do weight loss coaching, or I do fat loss coaching, or I'm a weight loss coach, or body transformation coach, or a physio, which is good. But how can you go a bit deeper than that? What transformation are you taking people on? So where are people coming to you with? You know, let me give you, I'm going to highlight 2 words. I'm going to look like I'm sophisticated in this diagram. But where are you taking people in before, right? You know, before people come to you, where are they starting? Where are they finishing? Let's use weight loss because it's very simple. People come to you, if you're a weight loss coach, they're 20 kilos overweight. At the end of it, they're 20 kilos. They've lost 20 kilos. They're 20 kilos lighter. That's a transformation. The transformation is a physical. There's going to be many mindset and mental and mental transformations as well, like smaller transformations along the way. If you have these super clear, it's much easier. If you have like the actual transformation mapped out, it'll be way easier. You know, sit with this one a little bit. sit with pen and paper somewhere in a quiet cafe shop and just think about it. On an average client for you, if they come to you here, where would they be 6 months from now? What kind of goal would you help them achieve 6 months from now? What kind of transformation would you take them on? It's so powerful, because then you're not competing with any other coach that's selling weekly check-ins, that's selling body transformations, that's selling 24/7 WhatsApp support. No one really cares about these stuff. They care about how you can help them transform and what transformation can you take them on. They come in because they want to feel inspired, motivated to achieve this new identity that they now have in the back of their head that they want to achieve. If you can talk about that, if you can talk about this identity, how they're here and how you help people get to here, man, you're winning. You're winning, right? So that's point number 4 is transformation. What's the transformation? Ingrain these 4 pillars in all your content that you do on Instagram. Preferably, I built a business, £250,000 business just from Instagram content. So preferably from Instagram. If you want to post on TikTok, be my guest, but prefer you do on Instagram. Start off on Instagram. And then the last one, if you're here, if you got to so close towards the end of the video and you found it's helpful so far, hit like, do me a favor, hit like on the video so I know you're finding this type of content helpful. If you want to see more content just like this, hit subscribe, man, because I post content like this, super valuable content just like this all the time. Right, back for my little advert. The last one is having daily communication, daily consistency. No one in 2025 right now, as we stand, is going, and you'd probably be my guest, you're not going to trust someone that you want to pay money for any kind of coaching, any kind of program, any kind of expert, if they're not showing up consistently. If they're going missing half the year because they got overwhelmed or they got a little bit of anxiety with their business and they went missing for 6 months and they start posting for 2 months and they go missing for another 6. That doesn't build trust. You need to be able to show up consistently with everything you do on the front end for your personal brand. It can be a 90-second video. 90-second video while you're going out for a walk. Just to share what you've been up to, just to solve a problem, just to give good energy. Daily consistency, daily communication with your audience. It can be small. It can be an Instagram story. It can be a reel. It can be a 90-second video. I firmly believe everyone can make 90 seconds to film a video and to click post on Instagram. It's so easy now. It's so easy. And if anything, as we stand right now, the algorithms reward authentic content. If you look at some of the biggest creators right now, why so many of those posting videos with their phone in their hand like this, talking from here, very basic, no editing, messy background, whatever. They're doing it because the algorithm rewards it. So if you've had a stressful day, if you've not planned out your content, it's not the end of the world, just post it. It'll still engage. It'll still build that consistency. It'll still get people thinking of you. So when you do your launches, when you do your offers for your coaching, people are much more likely to buy from the person that's showing up. This is why I've put this video together end of November in 2025, because if you want to start building momentum with your personal brand for 2026, there's no better time than now to start your content, to start doing all of these things, right? No better time than now to do it. And then that's the last one. Just to recap on this as well, as I jot this in here, I would, if I were you and I was serious about it, you might just want to screenshot this or jot these 5 bullet points in your notes on your notes, and or even just set it as a wallpaper. Like, I've been quite obsessive with this stuff. I've set personal goals with my personal branding, with my social media as wallpapers on my phone. Been in trouble because before it was me and my girlfriend, and then I changed it. I got in trouble. So, so take it at your own risk if you do have a partner, but set it somewhere that you can see it anyway. Work through these, complete these tasks, have it front and center. It'll make it so much easier to grow. If you're posting aimlessly, it's not really the solution anymore. If you want my help to start building, grow your coaching business going into the new year, I'll leave a link in the description where you can apply to work with me one-to-one to do that. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.